Serena Williams has commanded the spotlight for what feels like an eternity, her name etched into the annals of sports history with an unparalleled ferocity. 23 Grand Slam singles titles, a career that redefined athletic excellence, and a romantic saga that appeared utterly impervious to storms of fame. These elements have woven her into the fabric of global culture. Yet, in a twist that no one saw coming, the digital realm has erupted with a bombshell allegation that's rippling through every corner of the internet. Whispers suggest Serena Williams parted ways with her husband right in the wake of a singular, explosive occurrence. What started as faint murmurs soon ballooned into a thunderous uproar, captivating audiences worldwide. The conjecture surrounding Serena's union with Alexis Ohanian, the innovative mind behind Reddit, has ignited like a brush fire, consuming forums, feeds, and fan pages alike. Their enchanting love affair, which first enchanted the masses through a serendipitous collision of paths, now finds itself dissected under the harsh glare of public examination. Every facet of their bond, from meticulously curated images of their nuptials to the tender vignettes featuring their little girls, has been poured over with relentless intensity. But beneath the frenzy, what truly transpired? What seismic force could have propelled one of the most envied duos in the realm of sports and innovation toward the precipice of dissolution? Accompany us on this journey as we peel back the layers of sensationalism, sift through the facts amid the fiction, and illuminate the authentic narrative that set tongues wagging from Los Angeles to London. In the glittering tapestry of celebrity lore, few tales rival the magnetic pull of Serena and Alexis's chronicle. It's a story that transcends mere headlines, delving into the raw interplay of vulnerability and valor that defines human connection. As we embark on this exploration, we'll traverse the highs of their improbable genesis, the zeniths of their collaborative triumphs, and the shadowy valleys of doubt that fame so often casts. We'll confront the viral tempests that have battered their image, drawing from a mosaic of sources, social media storms, insider whispers, and the couple's own measured revelations, to construct a portrait that's as nuanced as it is compelling. By the end, you'll not only grasp the contours of this rumored rift, but also appreciate the resilience that has, time and again, fortified their foundation. So, settle in, dear viewer, for a narrative that's equal parts heartbreak and hope, myth-busting and meditation on love's enduring alchemy. The unlikely beginning. A breakfast that defied destiny. Long before cacophony of split speculations inundated timelines and tabloids, and well prior to the hushed speculations about the precipitous fallout from one defining episode, the odyssey of Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian ignited over a meal that teetered on the edge of cancellation. This wasn't a tale scripted by silver screen scribes or orchestrated by matchmakers in the echelons of elite society. It materialized in the eternal city of Rome during the spring of 2015, amid a cascade of coincidences that, in retrospect, shimmer like threads of fate. As the clamor of potential marital demise echoes today, it's worth lingering on those nascent hours, for they reveal a foundation built not on glamour or grandeur, but on the unvarnished awkwardness of two souls colliding in the mundane. Picture this: Rome, May 2015. Serena, the undisputed empress of the baseline, is in town for the Italian Open, her mind a whirlwind of strategy and stamina as she gears up for yet another conquest on clay. At 33, she's already amassed 21 Grand Slam crowns, her serve a thunderclap that silences skeptics, her footwork a poetry of power that has reshaped women's tennis. Yet, even titans crave respite. Ordinarily, Serena barricades herself in her suite, channeling quietude essential for peak performance, visualizing volleys, regulating breaths, fortifying that impenetrable mental fortress. But on this sun-dappled morning, whim overrode ritual. Perhaps it was the allure of fresh cornetti or the simple itch for camaraderie. She opted to dine al fresco at the opulent Rome Cavalieri Hotel's rooftop terrace restaurant, flanked by her coach, Patrick Muratoglu, and her trainer. Enter Alexis Ohanian, a 32-year-old tech wunderkind nursing the fog of jet lag from a grueling red-eye flight. Brooklyn-bred with a lanky frame and an easy grin, Alexis was no stranger to high-stakes arenas, but his battlefield was the boardroom, not the backhand. Co-founder of Reddit at just 22, he'd sold a fledgling platform to Condé Nast in 2006 for a tidy sum, only to reclaim a pivotal role years later, steering it toward its status as the internet's unfiltered pulse. In Rome for a tech symposium, He craved caffeine and carbs, oblivious to the royalty inches away. Spotting an empty table adjacent to Serena's entourage, he plopped down, phone in hand, scrolling through emails. Chaos ensued, not the explosive kind, but the playful pandemonium of protective friends. Serena's team, territorial in their bubble, hatched a prank to shoot the intruder, a fabricated tale of a rodent scurrying nearby. "Watch out for the rat," one quipped, eyes twinkling with mischief. Alexis unfazed. After all, he'd navigated the gritty underbelly of New York startups. Shot back with a chuckle. "I'm from Brooklyn. Rats are basically my spirit animals." The retort landed like a perfectly timed lob, slicing through the tension and eliciting peals of laughter from Serena. In that instant, the ice fractured. Emboldened yet direct, Serena leaned over. You could just move to another table," she suggested, her voice a blend of command and curiosity. But Alexis's unpretentious vibe, devoid of the fawning she often encountered, piqued her interest. No autograph hounding, no wide-eyed deference, just a guy cracking wise about urban wildlife. What followed was a cascade of banter. Light jabs about travel woes, shared gripes on hotel Wi-Fi, and Serena's probing questions about the stranger's world of algorithms and upvotes. Before long, the barriers dissolved entirely. "Why don't you join us?" she proposed, gesturing to the empty chair. He did, and the table transformed from a solitary outpost into a symposium of serendipity. Their dialogue flowed like a well-rallied point. Effortless, escalating, electric. Serena, the sage of serves and slices, regaled him with tales of tournament triumphs and the grind of global circuits. Alexis, confessing his tennis illiteracy, "I've never sat through a full match. Is love like a free point or what?" Counter with anecdotes from Silicon Valley's pressure cookers, late-night coding marathons, the thrill of viral threads, the sting of pivots gone awry. Laughter punctuated the exchange, bridging chasms of clay courts and code commits. By the espresso's dregs, numbers were swapped and invitation extended. "Come to French Open in Paris. Watch me play." Alexis, smitten by her candor and charisma, didn't hesitate. He jetted to the City of Light that weekend, trading conference calls for courtside cheers. The day of her opening match unfolded like a montage from a rom-com with a racket. They wandered Paris's labyrinthine lanes for 6 uninterrupted hours, past the Seine sparkle, through the Tuileries whispers, lingering at cafes where croissants crumbled under confessions. Conversations deepened. To fully appreciate this genesis, one must contextualize the orbits they inhabited. Serena's realm was one of visceral intensity. The roar of 20,000 spectators, the precision of a 128-mile-per-hour ace, the psychological warfare of best-of-5 epics. Born in Compton to parents who envisioned glory amid ganglands, she'd risen with Sister Venus, enduring catcalls, biases, and bodily scrutiny that tested her steel. By 2015, post a French Open final heartbreak and amid whispers of retirement, she sought balance, a partner who saw beyond the legend. Alexis, conversely, embodied the cerebral hustle of tech titans, bootstrapping Reddit from a dorm room dream into a $10 billion behemoth by later valuations, navigating boardroom battles, and championing Armenian heritage through philanthropy. A self-proclaimed lazy gamer turned venture visionary, he craved authenticity in a world of facades. Their union defied archetypes. The ferociously competitive athlete and the introspective coder, worlds apart yet magnetically aligned in ambition and humor. That Roman repast was a mere happenstance. It was a pivot point where vulnerability met valor. As we dissect the divorce dinner today, fueled by Father's Day faux pas and ringless red carpets, revisiting this origin reminds us of love's capricious craft. It whispers that even icons stumble into soulmates over scrambled eggs, and that the sturdiest bonds are forged in the fire of the unforeseen. Expanding further, consider the cultural ripple of their encounter. In an era where celebrity courtships often reek of calculation, PR-fueled flings or algorithm-optimized optics, Serena and Alexis's story harkens to organic serendipity. No velvet rope VIP lounges or algorithm-suggested swipes. Just a hotel terrace and a rat ruse. This authenticity resonated, foreshadowing a partnership that would inspire millions. Post-meal, Alexis's Paris pilgrimage wasn't perfunctory. He absorbed the game's gospel, from deuce dilemmas to tie-break tensions, emerging not as a fanboy but a fervent ally. Their 6-hour stroll? A masterclass in mutual discovery. Serena introducing him to the poetry of play, Alexis offering silicon insights into scaling dreams. By match's eve, texts flew like forehands. Flirty forecasts, motivational mantras, cementing what began as banter into budding romance. Yet, serendipity's shadow loomed. Serena, ever the pragmatist, tested the waters warily, past hard takes. From high-profile flings to the solitude of serial success, had honed her defenses. Alexis, fresh from a breakup and buried in business, hadn't sought the spotlight. But fate, that sly curator, conspired. That breakfast echo reverberates still, a testament to how the cosmos conspires when two forces, power and innovation, collide. In unraveling their rumored rupture, we honor this humble hearth, for without it, the power couple we dissect might never have materialized. As headlines howl of hasty splits, let this part serve as anchor. Love's launchpad are often the most unassuming tables. The rise of a power couple, from strangers to synergy. A solitary brush with chance in Eternal City could easily dissipate into obscurity, a footnote in the frenzy of fleeting interactions that pepper our peripatetic lives. Yet Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian refused to let that Roman rendezvous recede into irrelevance. Instead, they meticulously interlaced their trajectories, crafting a tapestry that mesmerized devotees of court, aficionados of apps, and the insatiable appetite of gossip columns. This wasn't a merger convenience or a publicity ploy. It was a deliberate dance of destinies, where disparate domains, sweat-soaked slams, and screenlit startups harmonized into a symphony of shared success. Before Alexis ascended to the role of Serena's steadfast bows, he was indelibly linked to igniting the spark of Reddit in 2005, a collegiate caper that burgeoned into the web's wild frontier. At 22, Alexis, alongside Steve Huffman, birthed the front page of the internet from the unassuming confines of the University of Virginia's dorms. What commenced as a quirky aggregator of links, user-generated chaos curated by Karma, exploded into a colossus, boasting billions of posts and a user base dwarfing nations. By 2006, a sale to Condé Nast for $10 to $20 million, estimates vary, propelled Alexis into venture echelons, though he lingered as a shadow architect before acclaiming the CEO mantle in 2014 amid internal upheavals. Reddit's ethos, unfettered discourse, niche nirvanas from our /ah to our /conspiracy, mirrored Alexis's own unorthodox outlook. Brooklyn grit meets entrepreneurial zeal, with a dash of Armenian ancestry fueling his advocacy for overlooked voices. When fate flung him into Serena's orbit in 2015, he was en route to a tech conclave, his mind abuzz with blockchain buzz and AI auguries, utterly alien to the arc of an ace. Their worlds? Polar opposites, yet prime for pollination. Serena's domain pulsed with physical poetry, the thud of ball on string, the strategy of spin, the solitude of serving under stadium scrutiny. By their meeting, she'd eclipsed 21 majors, her 2015 Australian Open triumph a testament to tenacity post a 2010 health hiatus. Olympic golds in singles and doubles with Venus underscored her supremacy, her style of fusion of brute force and balletic grace that pulverized precedents. Off-court, she was a vanguard, dismantling racism in tennis. Recall the 2004 U.S. Open vilification, body positivity beacon amid media misogyny, and budding mogul-eyeing fashion and film. Life's ledger for Serena was etched in equity, overcoming Compton's cracks, Sister's shadow, and societal slings to forge a fortune north of $240 million. Alexis, conversely, thrived in intangible pixels and paradigms, where virality vaults value. Reddit's resurrection under his watch, from 2014's $500 million valuation to 2024's IPO at $6.4 billion, affirmed his acumen. Yet he confessed to Serena over that fateful feast. Tennis was terra incognita. Love means zero? That's brutal, he quipped, prompting her playful pedagogy. Undeterred, Alexis immersed, shadowing sessions at Roland Garros, decoding deuce debates, absorbing the alchemy of her athleticism. His pledge? Unwavering advocacy. Where circuits daunted, he domesticated them, crafting cheat sheets on tiebreaks, cheering from stand sans script, proving partnership trumps pedigree. This alchemy accelerated post-Paris. Texts evolved to trysts, New York nights dissecting dreams, L.A. layovers plotting futures. Serena, scarred by spotlight solitude, found in Alexis an oasis of ordinariness. He cooked Armenian lavash wraps, binge-watched The Office sans agenda. He, jaded by text transactional ties, marveled at her mettle, the discipline devouring dawn drills, the dignity deflecting detractors. Their dialogues dissected dichotomies. Her query on quitting quotas, how do you know when to pivot, is on pressure points, code crashes like law sets, iterate or implode. By summer swelter, synergy solidified, Alexis relocated to Florida, syncing schedules around slams and seed rounds. Publicly, their ascent was a spectacle. Subtle signals surfaced. A 2016 Wimbledon tweet from Alexis, "Proud of my girl," sparked sleuthing. Tabloids tittered. Fans fused fantasies. Privately, profundity bloomed. Serena, who'd voiced voids in Vogue, "I want a family, a full life," unearthed equilibrium. Alexis, who navigated near bankruptcies and boardroom betrayals, discovered depth beyond dollars. Their power? Not mere multiplication. Her might plus his mind, but metamorphosis. The fairy tale engagement and wedding, vows in the shadow of splendor. As the currents of their courtship swelled into something seismic, the globe found itself inexorably drawn into the undertow. Fleeting frames on feeds from Serena and Alexis, a candid cluster shot on Insta, a rally-side retweet from Flushing Meadows, whetted appetites for permanence. Whispers of wedlock whipped into a whirlwind, cresting when Alexis orchestrated a proposal that fused nostalgia with narrative flair. December 2016, he whisked Serena back to Rome's Cavalieri, that cradle of their chaos, staging a scene at the selfsame terrace. A cheeky plastic rodent perched on the linen, a nod to the prank that pivoted their paths, set the sentimental stage. Amid flickering tapers and the city's eternal hum, he knelt, ring radiant, a 6-carat diamond etched with "I fell in love." Tears toast transcendence. Serena's reveal? Not via glossy spreads or gal announcements, but Reddit's raw realm, Alexis's brainchild. A poetic post. Verses evoking full circles, star-crossed tables, destinies dined upon. In the rush of life, sometimes the universe aligns, she rhymed, her words weaving whimsy and wonder. The internet ignited. 2 decades of devotees, from 99 French Open faithful to fresh fans, flooded forums with felicitations. Queen to king checkmate trended. Memes merged majors with matrimony. Less than a year on, November 16th, 2017. Nuptials at New Orleans Contemporary Art Center, a Beauty and the Beast ballet of opulence and intimacy. The roster? A roll call of realms. Beyoncé's regal presence, Kim K's couture cascade, Anna Wintour's discerning gaze, Kelly Rowland's harmonious vibe. Serena, ethereal and Alexander McQueen. Sarah Burton's bespoke, echoing Kate's confection, glided down aisles arched in azure blooms. French ball finery framed the fray. Crystal chandeliers dripping drama, a carousel-spun after-party evoking enchanted escapades. Yet, amid the extravagance, essence endured. The date? A deliberate homage to Alexis's mother, Anoush, lost MS in 2009. Her November birth a beacon of bittersweet. Vows voice volumes. Serena's pledge to champion your quiet strengths. Alexis's vow to serve your every dream. Gratitude graced the gala. Family fused. From Williams clan to a Hainian kin. A mosaic of melanin and migration. For observers orbiting afar, it was folklore incarnate. Tennis's titan and Reddit's rebel, pledging amid petals and pageantry. This ceremony crowned a chronicle sparked by a serendipitous sip, yet heralded horizons. Hegemony of heart hurdles and horizons. Extravagance belied intimacy. Private toasted trials. Dances defying doubts. Post-vows, visions vitalized. Serena's surprise pregnancy, Olympia en route. Alexis's ascent at Reddit. Their union? A union of unequals equalized. Her hegemony humanized, his hustle heartened. unpack the pageantry's profundity. The theme? A deliberate duality. Beast's brooding library nodding Alexis's introspective empire. Belle's boldness mirroring Serena's bravado. Burton's gown, silk-tooled tears, floral filigree, embodied evolution. From Compton kid to couture queen. Guests? Not mere marquee. Mentors like Wintour, Fashion's Forge, and Bay's Sisterhood Symphony. The carousel? A carousel of childhood dreams. Serena's swing-set reveries. Alexis's arcade anthems, whirling into wedded whimsy. Anusha's echo? Profound. Alexis's eulogy and proposals. Serena's solidarity and grief, forging family from fracture. From Roman repast to resilient 2025. Serena and Alexis's saga? Symphony of serendipity and stamina. Defying divorce's dim rumors? Fleeting fog, foundation? Firm. What whispers to you? Comment, subscribe, more myth busts await. Until next narrative's nudge. In summation, their truth triumphs, a tapestry teaching tenacity, where love's labyrinth yields light. As 2025 closes, their chronicle continues. Power, parenthood, perpetuity. Share your slice. Stay for stories shaping souls.